What is happening, everybody? It is Tri Virtual Roundtable in the house.
What up?
How's everybody? We have a special guest today, and we'll get to that in just a second. We want to welcome everybody here. I'm MrHarmony, Devlin. We got Doc down there. We got Iceman up here, Mike Stan. Woo woo, and our special guest, and we'll let Iceman introduce them. And we are going to incorporate, because of course, like we do as our intro, we have to incorporate Multiverse into our first segment. So that's for you, Sage.
Whoop, whoop.
All right. So Iceman, take it away.
So, searching YouTube, trying to find great gun tubers, YouTubers that talk about guns and survival and stuff. I stumbled across Brandon's Ballistics, and I was like, yeah, this guy, he's down to earth. He's great. I love his content. So I started watching him, and he was like a growing YouTuber, and he's like jumped leaps and bounds now on his channel. He's doing a great job on there. And so we were talking about survival stuff, and we thought, because in the multiverse, I have an area called Survival for You. And so what I did was I made a room for him to showcase what he does on YouTube. And so we talked to him, and he decided he'd want to be a guest. And so he's on there with his friend, Chris Armstrong, which is like his right-hand person there.
Oh.
And I've seen him a lot. He usually joins with the giveaways. He helps out with Brandon a lot. And he also, helps with the giveaways, like I said, by offering some personal stuff to help the channel along. Anyway,
I got to interrupt real quick, because my brain, this is Brandon, this is special for you. My ADD brain went off as soon as the cat walked into the picture. I had an initial comment, because we were rattling off names, and I was going to say a comment, but
was that Oliver?
Yeah, I was going to say, what's the name? But keep going.
No, it's Ollie, right?
Yeah.
Ollie Auction Freaks.
I was actually going to mention his cats too. Well, let me just say it right now.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah, so he's really into cats also, and he rescues them, and he has a lot of them, and he takes care of them, and he's all promoting, like, that kind of stuff.
I have a kennel.
I think if I'm not right,
Here at
I'm
my
not
house,
wrong.
I have 4 dogs.
You work with like a shelter or something like that you help out with or something. Is that right?
The Animal Hospital in Madison, or Danville rather. Danville Animal Hospital. It's a local, vet, I guess you would say. But they rescues, rehoming and stuff. So whenever I can't find an animal homes, usually if we keep them for more than 3 weeks, we usually adopt them. That's what led us.
Yeah.
How many cats do you have now?
7.
7.
Yeah.
I'm allergic to cats.
He's a cat lover.
I love dogs. I'm a dog lover.
Also, speaking of his YouTube, if you watch that, his cats usually make an appearance in them. And if you win some of the drawings that he has, the giveaways, I should say, sometimes it even comes with cat hair. So
nice.
That's a bonus.
So
anyway, go ahead.
Iceman,
all right, we'll talk
you.
more later. Okay, go ahead.
You got to finish. What?
No, I was going to say, okay.
What's special about Brandon? What were we talking about, Brandon? I'm trying to egg you along.
I just want to give Brandon credit for what he's doing on YouTube and giving people some of the information that he offers, and keeping it in a simplistic form to tell people how to survive in terms of, because we all know the world is kind of done.
All right, so we're going to do real quick, because Iceman wasn't getting the cues. So I'm going to show you your VR room in VR.
Here's his room in VR.
Right. He has a...
and here is
there
where
we
you
go.
can come and watch his videos.
There you go. So inside of these rooms, these environments, Iceman creates, you can actually go in. We actually have some other ones, and I'm going to share those as well. Give me 1 second, guys.
I was going to give my thoughts on how I felt about his videos, but I guess my thoughts...
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah,
Doc, go ahead. What do you think about his videos?
Now you want to hear my thoughts?
Please.
So, Brandon, as I was saying before I was interrupted, I appreciate the education that you put in there, and of course Iceman followed it up with actually creating creating the room and updating the room, and I got a lot of great information. And just keep doing what you're doing. Gun safety is important, and people don't know basic survival. If you drop somebody in the middle of nowhere, they will have no idea how to survive, and I think some of the tips you do are just excellent. I don't live in the woods, but if I did, I would make sure I had cell phone service so I could find your videos.
Well, that just means you got to get a satellite phone.
Yeah, yeah. I
That's
sell
all.
those
Exactly.
in the
Starlink.
metaverse.
Just go and
You
get
have
In the
you a
your satellite
satellite
multiverse,
phone.
I
phone. You'll
sell
be all
cell
right.
phones. Yeah.
That phone's
Oh, see, Iceman's.
the monthly plan.
So now let's let Brandon tell us about his brand and his
All right. So hold
inspiration and
on,
what
hold
he's
on, hold on, hold on. We're still in the first segment, Doc. We're going to talk about
we got
multiverse.
segments.
Yeah.
Today we do.
So,
Oh my.
Doc, it's your turn. We already talked about multiverse with Iceman, about Brandon Spot. Doc, let's see what you got on multiverse.
Oh, now I can talk.
Now I can do it.
No. Look, what I said was basically all I said. I love for people who are listening, and welcome to the Tri Virtual Roundtable. 3 old guys just having fun and enjoying what we do. We just want people to know the Multiverse is a VR platform in which you can. What's up, Harmony?
Iceman, just keep
Oh,
going.
I
Sorry.
can't fix it.
He's
I know.
going ghost again. So
Still.
Multiverse is a VR platform where obviously you use the Oculus headsets and you can visit VR environments. It's the new excuse me, internet where you can find businesses like Brandon's Ballistics as well as other business. You can have storefronts and stuff like that. We think that's really the wave of the future. That's why our podcast is a combination between real world activities as well as how VR and virtual reality can incorporate those businesses and people can expand their brand.
All right, there you go. There we go. All right, so multiverse. I'll give my little tidbit. I'll do a little plug. If you are looking for a storefront, let's say you've got a website, let's say you've got a business and you need extra exposure, there are thousands of people from around the world that go through these storefronts that Doc was talking about that we have in multiverse, where you go in, you can shop, buy, just multiple options to expand on. Media for you is the place for you. I'll just say that. All right. I'm
Media
going to
for
leave
you.
that as multiverse, and we are done with our multiverse plug. And all of you multiversers, again, if you guys are watching on any of the storefronts, because we also do put them in all of the storefronts in the multiverse, so you guys can watch them in there as well. You guys should be watching us, I hope. Hey, hey.
Hey, hey.
Let's see. Now, Iceman, let's do a full introduction to your special guest today.
Hit the claps. Hit the claps.
I'm ready. I'm just waiting for him to do his introduction.
So, to our audience, I just want to introduce officially Brandon from Brandon's Ballistic, the YouTube channel, and his friend and his friend Chris Armstrong.
They got the big applause.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
Well, engineer's getting fired.
I was taking too long to talk. This is a great podcast you're on, Brandon, by the way.
Yeah. Top notch.
Yeah.
All right. So, uh-oh. All right. So you want to finish your intro? Is that it?
Yeah, I mean, I talked a little bit about him already, but anyway, we can start going through.
All right. So I'll ask him some questions because I'll just kind of give a little bit of me. I'm not a big gun guy. I know how to shoot. I used to have one. My perspective has changed throughout the years. If somebody wants to come in and take something from me, they can have it. Nothing to me is worth my life or my family's life. So my perspective and all this other stuff. But I do have a neighbor and he's fully loaded. So if I just dial 911, he comes to help. So that's, I mean, I do have, okay. Hey, what's up, Tim? If you're watching, Alice, how you guys doing?
Tim.
But my question to you, Brandon, what is your main drive to want guns? Like what made you choose guns out of all of the other options that were out there?
Some stuff.
Yeah, or what drew you to guns? Let's just say that.
Oh, all right. So that's a different question entirely.
Yes, let's go there. What drew you to guns?
Guns don't have to always be serious. There is a stigma in the firearms community, even deep within and on the outside, that guns, I mean, they are dangerous. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they're toys, but they don't have to always be this ultra serious, if you go, 10, I can't say 10 and 2, but, go to the range, you can't fire more than a couple shots per second, or You have to make sure to go ultra slow. And
yeah, no rapid fire at gun ranges.
There's rules and regulations.
But people forget you can also have fun. It is a hobby. Now, it's a hobby that can be branched off to self-defense. You mentioned the reason I don't quite agree with your views on, somebody breaks in. The reason why, because you never know if the person's going to be content with just taking your stuff and leaving. They could not want no witnesses. They could want to do nasty things to your family or whatever. I'd rather them not get through the doorway.
Yes.
Plus, you get
Yep.
allowed to shoot them too. You got that.
Right.
Depending on your state.
Right.
Another big thing, know your rules and regulations.
The state.
I have self-defense insurance, just in case
I've heard of that.
You're on retainer.
Wait. Oh, hey.
Heard of that.
Yeah, there's a couple of different programs people can buy. I used to be a member of USCCA, it's United Concealed Carry Organization, or something like that.
They wouldn't allow that in our state of Washington. We couldn't get USCCA.
I don't think you can get. You might be able to get the one I'm with now, which is attorney on retainer.
Yeah, that one looks good.
Brandon.
The difference between it is one's insurance based, which means if you do anything wrong, then you're just you're screwed. They won't cover you.
Oh, are you serious? That's kind of messed up. Kind of defeats the purpose.
Exactly. That's what I thought. So as soon as I switched and got to attorney on retainer, they're actually branching out a lot more. They're a newer company. I'm not sponsored. I just really support what they're doing.
I mean, hey, we'll let them sponsor. We'll take care of that if you want. Call us.
But yeah, but they protect you in case there is something like that in your house.
Yeah, and they protect you.
Right.
So
or whatever.
You don't have to worry about making a mistake. Even if you do make a mistake, they
still cover you. So they're like,
they're attorneys.
I was going to say it. I'll say it. They're like the sheriff's union. I'm sorry. Okay, go on.
But to bring it back to your main question, ADHD. I have ADHD.
Yeah, see,
we all have it. You can tell.
We have a bad case of it.
Firearms. I love spending time out in the range. I've always been in the woods kind of guy. For somebody that's never shot before or don't spend time out in the range, it's really hard to try to get them to understand the feeling of the range, getting reps in, hearing the dings, everything. See yourself getting better and better at a skill that you can see how well you're progressing.
Yep.
You'll start static, then you'll go to moving. You can even try, target shooting, point shooting.
You got options.
It's a huge facet on what you can do. And it also opens up to getting friends and family involved.
There you go.
It opens up a whole world to you because instead of somebody saying, hey, you want to come over? Like, Stan has got me into VR. Finally bought a VR headset.
What?
Yeah, we got to get.
Nice.
So I'm loving it and spending a lot of time in VR.
Good.
Gaming for years because it's all paid to win stuff, and I just don't like care.
Yeah.
But after hearing everything that Michael Stan told me about it, I got a MetaQuest 3. Dived into it.
Nice.
Bought a bunch of games, loving it to death. But the sad thing about that is, like, I only got one headset.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, come over. Let's play VR.
Chris, you need to get one.
There we go. Yeah.
What's up, Chris?
Got a PS5.
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah,
Would love it. It's awesome.
I was gonna get one for porn, but I don't watch porn anymore.
I have no comment on that.
Well, Toad, I am
No,
really
Harmony.
glad. I'm really
not-
glad that you worked that situation out.
You're not-
That all of
there
your
only 3 gun
decision
owners
making
here.
on that you actually processed it and said, well, I don't really need it anymore because I'm not into that anymore. So
you could
I mean, I'm
definitely- there's a
glad you
lot more
actually
to
had some
VR than
good
just that.
reasoning.
There's a lot more to VR than just that. Yeah.
Well, wait, is there that? Where's that? I'm not
gonna comment.
Never
I
mind.
don't even know.
I need to talk to Brandon.
Okay, go. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Brandon, Thank you very much. So now, Brandon, hey, I just want to tell you, I follow exactly what you're saying. I wasn't a gun owner like 2 years ago. I wasn't. And I do disagree with Harmony, all that you can have anything, because I want you to come. I want you to take that step in. You know what I mean? I took my daughters to the gun range, which my ex-wife, I don't think she knew that. She might know now. So listen, but it's exactly what you said. Guns don't have to be bad, because I didn't know. I got
I
my
like
first
guns.
one
Hey, wait,
and
time out. I like
really,
guns.
dude,
But
I'm gonna fire
I
you.
just don't want.
Go ahead, Doc. Go
Okay,
ahead.
I'm sorry.
You
Go
don't
on.
own a gun, man. Somebody could go
Anymore.
through
I
that door
used
right
to.
now.
I have
Lord have mercy.
neighbors.
Brandon, what I'm saying is, in Toad, I think you can get it too. So when I first got my gun, I went to the range. I was sweating bullets. My dumb behind filled up the whole magazine, which was silly because you get scared as hell when you hear that first 9mm go off. In my case, it was 9mm. But once you get comfortable and realize proper training and all that, I was actually going to do instructor. So that's why I recognized the legal stuff you were talking about. I was going to do, but then COVID hit and I kind of just fell off the wagon on that. But let me tell you something. There's a thrilling aspect of trying to hit that target and centralize it, and people do not understand. And I didn't understand till I got into it. I use Freedom Ammo in Thoroughfare, New Jersey. I'll give them a plug. They were
I have
great
some
people,
freedom.
had good training, and everything you said, spot on, because I'm a product of that.
Thank you.
Mr. Harmon, you don't know about that. You don't have nothing.
No, guys. First off, yes, I did used to shoot. I used to have guns. I'm not. I just kind of changed my views a little bit. I don't carry. I don't have them anymore. But yes, I do know how to shoot, and I used to go to the range.
Well, also about the fun part that Brandon was talking about.
Oh, it
he
is
has
fun.
some he has some videos out there. He actually has a cannon that shoots bowling balls.
I'm sorry.
Like,
What?
I'm saying that that's fun. Like, that's fun to
Yeah,
watch. I wish I
I
could
would
be a part of
not
that.
only yes. When are you doing that next? And where are you? And when?
Brandon,
How
you're our
often do
guest.
you
Can
shoot
you tell
that?
us about the bowling ball
Yeah,
cannon?
go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. So the background of the bowling ball cannon, basically, the acetylene tank. I don't know if y'all ever seen one of those big acetylene tanks, right?
Yes.
Crap, was it?
Oh,
It was
yeah, like cutting torch stuff. Yeah.
Right. Like
Okay.
a helium tank, but a
basically.
little bit, maybe a little.
So it's one of those that's cut into a little bit less than half length. So it's very thick. Very thick walled. So it can stand up a lot of force. Of course, since it's under a lot of pressure, it has to stand up to a lot of force. Sadly, I wish I could take credit as the person who built it, but I can't. I didn't build it. I bought it. There's a local gun store, Weber's Hardware. I'll give him a little plug in Whitesville.
Weber's Hardware. Weber's Hardware.
He told me it was in his shop for like a year. Nobody had interest. Every time I'd walk by, I was like, I bet you that thing's expensive. Yeah, well, not saying anything. One day I was picking up, I think I was picking up an AK. I said, yeah, how much is that can? $50. So
Wow.
I want one.
You couldn't get the money out fast enough, could you?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so wait, he was gonna have you go get it, huh? Okay, so I mean, maybe you can maybe show a part, like a piece, like the bottom of it, so we don't see all of it. I was wanting this.
huge.
It's not here.
It's a Tommy's.
It's at Tommy's. It's not here.
Oh, it's not there. Okay.
If you
All
want
right,
to see
so-
guns, though, we can probably find.
I don't know if we can do that on live on YouTube.
I know. I'm not. No. Just like if
pounds that gets you took there.
Brandon, I know you give a lot of information, but I know we have to get back to the core here. So if there are people like me who didn't have guns a couple years ago, what recommendations would you have? I think is really cool of like people's first guns and what type of guns should they be looking at for their own comfort level. I know
Yeah.
you could explain it a whole lot better than I can.
This also breaks down into a lot of different. It depends on not really so much gender. It depends really more on age, body structure. If they're a really skinny, petite, a person, male or female, or they're really old, or just extremely scared of firearms, I would suggest a 22 long rifle. Very low recoil, very cheap ammo. Firearms are usually cheap. It's very good. I mean, even for people that's more, I love 22 myself.
Yeah, I like 20.
I got some.
Like a 22. So to any shooter, 22s are awesome. But for beginners especially, because it's so low recoil and it's easy to get those hits on target. And as soon as they get that feedback, dopamine starts hitting and like, This is fun.
Right out of the gate.
More. Now,
and the smell of gunpowder too.
Now, if we're talking more self-defense, now 22s can be self-defense. If that's all they're comfortable carrying, fine. That's better than nothing. 22s, if you're aiming at the right place, it can take care of the problem. But for self-defense, I would suggest a higher caliber. Myself, I carry 9 millimeters. 380, 32. It just depends. But the biggest thing, no matter what firearm somebody ends with, they need to get training. Start out by just going to the range. Absolutely. Get your full training. Go somewhere that does a course. You will not believe how much stuff that you didn't know was even a thing until you go to your course.
And actually get trained.
Still carry license. Yes, get your CCW. That helps you out. That helps you buying guns. You can do a background check anymore, depending on your state. It just helps out a lot of different things.
Oh, you don't, do you? I forgot all about that.
That's the reason I got mine. And it helps you when you're traveling states. A lot of places have backwards compatibility. But lost track of thought.
That's okay.
Beginning guns, 9 millimeter.
Definitely the training.
And
Getting the training. That's what I was saying. On top of getting certifications and stuff like that, you need to get the training. Now, training's expensive. Yes. There's no ways about it. A good course will cost you like $400 or $500. A decent course will cost you around $250. If you don't have time to go to an actual course, once again, not sponsored, but Mantis, the X2, the X8, and the X10. I use the X10. A lot of professional shooters use the X10. It will help you greatly. I've given away three on my channels.
I've never won a single one of them, Brandon. By the way, I haven't won one.
Yeah, and I just for context, I haven't won one either. I just want to throw that out there.
You have a gun.
You got to enter.
You got to have a gun first.
Those are details, small details. I was just talking about facts.
What's up, Toad?
If you enter into his giveaways, you'll win something because there'll be like 3 winners and like 5 people enter or something.
All right, I'll have to go in and start trying to get a gun.
Now.
All right. I'm going to get one.
End of the month, he has that's where his giveaway is.
When? It's the end of the month?
Last Sunday. Yeah.
Okay.
This right here, this is like a $200 knife.
Whoa.
This on his giveaway.
Ooh, nice.
$1 knife. These are.
Now, me and knives, I like knives. I'm a knife guy.
There you go.
Now, that's nice. Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah. Real quick though, I guess we'll go ahead and do this plug. But in a condensed version, Brandon, can you tell them about the giveaways and the membership really quick?
All right, condensed version. Become a member, win free stuff. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, we want to know about the free stuff.
So, in my channel, every month I do 2 giveaways. One giveaway, anybody can enter. You don't have to be a member. You just got to watch my videos. Every video, I have a code word somewhere in the video. So at some point in the video, I'll say, hey, code word today is blank. Some random word I pick off the top of my head. Or if a guest is there, I'll have them pick the code word. And at the end of a month, I do a video saying, I'm showing what I'm giving away. And I'll say, this month I want 5 code words. So you go to the previous 5 videos, any in that month. This month's probably like 3 code words we asking for. I've been bad about uploading.
Ooh.
Go to 3 previous videos, watch those videos, get the code words, and enter them into the comment section of the video where you.
Nice.
That following the Sunday, as long as you entered, all you got to do is leave those code words in the comment section. That gets you entered into the free giveaway.
That's pretty easy.
No money or anything. Those items in the free giveaway will range between $60 and $120 on average.
To explain to you guys why, because a lot of people think this is scammy. The reason he can do this, I'll tell you the reason he can do this, but he's not like going out and buying $120 items and then giving them away. The reason why he can do this is because he gets things like Tag Pack and Hunt Vault and stuff in the mail, and he has a bunch of doubles of all this nice stuff. So that's
giving it back to his fans.
Don't understand. So when I tell them about this, they always think it's a scam or they always think it's exaggerated. I'm like, no, it's not exaggerated. It's the fact that he gets these crates every month, and he has stuff that if he didn't do this, he would literally have to, and he would have to throw it away or give it away because he would end up with 700 pocket knives after a while.
Right. Then they call that hoarding, right? Don't they call that hoarding? Hoarding? He's hoarding it all. Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah,
Hoarding.
exactly.
Massive hoarding.
Use it to my building in my man cave. It's basically hoarding.
Right. So, but yeah, you give it, and then see, and this is, I'll put it in a fan perspective. Instead of him hoarding it and keeping it all to himself, let's give it back to our fans. Let me give it back to you guys. You guys can enjoy the good stuff that I get. They give me some extra stuff. Here it comes back to you guys. I don't understand why people don't understand that.
So he'll get something right. He'll get involved. He'll keep what he wants out of it. Suppose there's something new.
I would too.
And something really nice he wants, like a trigger will come in or whatever, or something like that, or a gun part he wants. But there's tons of gun parts he gets that he's got like a bunch of. He's got like like back plates for Glocks and just magazines, different stuff. And then he'll have so many of that he gives away. The reason I explain this is because a lot of people don't get, they want to know the reason, like, how is he able to do that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people think that like it's a scam, or they're like, is he stupid? Like was it going out and buying 100?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So that's
to get users and to get friends and to get followers and all that stuff. Nah, yeah, I gotcha.
Well,
which is, come on, we're just trying to give them back. Come on.
A free giveaway, but he also has membership giveaways.
So the members giveaway, they're the backbone of Brandon's Ballistics. I've got about 4 diehard ones that are there every month. Michael Stan is one of them. Then I got
what?
Is
Brittany on there? Is that how he got on there?
No Britney Spears, unfortunately.
Ever since I opened up memberships, Michael Stan has been a diehard member there every single time. Stuff like that is $25 a month. It's a little expensive. With that, members get a chance to win not only the free giveaway, but also an additional members only giveaway that only members can get. Those items will range between 80 and sometimes more. There's been times members giveaways been up to 250.
I got a rail one time worth like $160. I won it.
And
I remember you told me about that.
And then sometimes if I hop on his live stream, I haven't done it in a while, but every once in a while I'll hop on his live stream, and since I don't have no like items or something or whatever, if there's only like 5 people watching, I'll just go ahead and give all 5 people $20 a piece.
Yeah. That was good too.
Yeah, like why not? Why not?
Everyone thinks that's. I've told people, I'm like, no, it's not scamming. Literally, I give the money to him, and he'll send it electronically or whatever.
There you go. All right, so can I ask you a question real quick, Toad, real quick? You were saying something earlier before we started that you raised toads, like, yeah, raising. How do you raise toads? It just been sticking in my head. It's the ADD. I apologize.
Well, I mean, the easiest thing here, because
do you sell them? Do you when you raise toads? Is there money involved? Like, do you trade them, or is it like?
Me and my wife, whatever, we are thinking about doing some type of business because we make terrariums, vivariums, things like that. That's it. Like,
nice.
That you make, and right now we have salamander eggs. We found a spotted salamander and brought it home. It laid a bunch of eggs, so now we got spotted salamander eggs.
The toad thing was just in my head. I just had to get it out. Sorry about that.
But I mean, you could like, I'm thinking, Doc, you've had frog legs, right? You've eaten frog legs, right?
Why did you direct it to him? Can you? No, he said Doc.
I don't know why he's asking me.
He's asking
now,
Doc.
I want to ask you guys, do I look like I've eaten frog legs?
Well, the videos that you share eating a pig snout, I'm just curious.
I thought he was asking me.
No, yeah, he's asking. Yeah, no, he's asking Doc.
Me.
Yeah,
no,
sorry.
Yeah, that's what we said. Why are you asking Doc?
Yeah, why are you asking me?
I don't get mad if somebody eats a frog.
Me neither.
You make some? Is it good?
I've actually had frog legs.
I'm never going to eat one.
I've actually had frog legs. Oh, yeah, frog legs. I've had them.
The frog legs are they're.
Yeah, and crunchy. Super crunchy.
We're talking about frog legs, dude.
Yeah.
Where was my
Sorry,
frogs?
see,
Now,
ADD. Sorry, Brandon. We're talking about guns.
back to
Guns.
no,
Yeah, let's
Brandon.
go
back
back.
to
Okay, let's go back. Let's
Brandon's
go back to
ballistics.
Brandon.
Ballistics.
Yes.
What I
Brandon's
wanted,
ballistics.
my next question is, now let's talk about brands. Because since I'm the newest gun owner here, because I'm sure Iceman's had them since he was 2, and I'm just having a
3.
feeling you've
It
had
was
him since you
3.
were like 4 or 5. MrHarmony, whatever, he never had any guns. He's paintball. This was he's thinking. So listen, so what
Airsoft.
brands? Now I did Canik. Okay.
Canik is a great brand.
Yes, it's a great because it was internationally rated and it was inexpensive. And I think it's only inexpensive because in America people just don't know about it. It's like it's a Turkish military
Yeah,
gun.
it's made in
Okay.
Turkey.
And
Whoa, look at
exactly.
you.
So, dude, I don't even know why you're on this broadcast, Harmony. When when do you have like a stun gun? Like get him out of here, man.
He's
So
out.
listen, he's got, oh, what, I don't know. He doesn't have anything.
Brandon, you're the new
Hey,
host.
hold on,
Brad,
hold
I
on.
know, Brad, we'll let you host them. So anyway, so my whole point is that um what guns like what are your favorites? Because I know that can it cost me $300 for a TP9 SA. Heck, I still remember. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about, my TP9 SA.
I want
It was
an
like
SA. Yeah.
that Stormtrooper, you remember? But anyway, I had to
Yeah.
put it back because I was spending too much money and I had to put the
Come on
Stormtrooper
in.
back. So anyway,
Sorry.
no, I found that brand to be very good. I just want to know what favorite brands you have and which ones you think. I'm always talking beginners because there's a lot of people want to know more about, gun. We all know gun safety and all that stuff. But if you're going to get a gun, what brands would you recommend?
There's definitely overpriced guns.
Yes. Yes.
I guess it depends on what you want to do with it. Me, I'm a Glock fanboy. I'm always going to tell you Glock. But caveat: technically, I'm a Shadow Systems guy. It's like a Gucci Glock. It has a way better.
Whoa, say that one more time.
Shadows. Oh yeah, go ahead.
It's just
Shadow.
a better
Okay.
Glock in every single method, especially a fully upgraded Glock. But it's also $300-$400 more more expensive than a regular Glock.
Wow.
It, it really depends on what they plan to do. If they're just going to the range, if they don't plan on carrying or anything like that, definitely a Glock. Home defense, definitely a Glock. If they're going to go pistols, technically,
How much are they?
I think it depends on your budget, big time.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
That's why I asked that
Brandon,
question.
How much? Yeah, how much are
So
they?
how much does a Glock cost? If I wanted to buy a Glock, how much?
Average. For now, you can get a cheaper 380 version for around 460. You can get a police trade-in Glock 9mm. It's used, but the trade-ins are usually in good shape for around 380. That's a really good way to be able to get into the Glock, like them or not.
They 4 and 6.
Now,
My wife, a Gen 5 Glock Gen 5.
I'm more of a Gen 3 guy myself.
No, I get it. Yeah, Gen 3 is great.
I refuse to
now
get the
see?
Glock.
Okay. Can you, for us that don't
Everybody gets the
carry
Glock.
guns, can you give me a Gen 3? Gen what? Huh? What does that mean?
So there's Gen 1 through 5 Glocks. The first generation was the first Glock that and now I'll blank when the guy's name made it.
Glockenhammer.
Glock.
Yeah. It was his first attempt with it. Same thing at Gen 2. They've recently came back out with Gen 1 and Gen 2 so you can buy. More of a collector's piece, not really something you
okay.
pick out anyway. I wish I could show a gun on screen because I have. But Gen 3, depending on how your hand is, how big your hand is, how fat your fingers are, all that, you're either going to love Gen 3, you're going to hate Gen 3. The reason why is because it has finger choils, little things, little indentions for your fingers to fit in.
Yeah.
Your hand fits it like a glove like mine does. Gen 3 is where you're going to stay at, and that's where it's just the best Glock.
And that's the business.
Now, Gen 4 only has one of those bumps. So if you still like that for the control, for the handleability, you're going to like Gen 4.
But some people just don't like Glocks. They don't like the look of them. You know what I mean?
They're blocky.
Like Berettas just look better.
We'll get to. Or if you don't like any of those things at all, you go Gen 5. Budget-wise, a lot of people hype on High Point. I get it. They're ugly. They're heavy. But they're $100.
High Point. Yeah.
High Point.
The rifle. It's ugly.
But don't you have one?
But the High Point.
I don't have a High Point. Oh, he does. You do.
He has a rifle.
Yeah, the rifle. The rifle.
I've had the Yeet cannon. I've had the C9, which is
You have this. the 10mm Glock or
No.
10mm. When'd you have that?
I have the 10mm.
I heard that.
High
I heard that. I know you can't show it on camera, but I heard it.
I apologize, guys, but can we include MrHarmony? You got to have a section for like bow and arrow, crossbow for him.
Here's a
But
rock
Harmony,
and a
because
swing.
he keeps trying to jump in, like, oh, he's like Googling stuff probably by his leg, like, oh, let me
Yeah,
locate this
he's
gun guy.
Googling.
He's got no guns, but wants to jump in.
He's like, Glock. Yes, it was made in 1942.
Yeah.
Dude,
You know the little
I'm telling
David
you,
and
you guys
Goliath,
have
the
no
little
clue.
slinky thing?
You
If
guys
got
have
some
no
of those,
clue.
please give him
And
one.
my ADD is going on right here. You have no clue.
I got a question for Brandon
guys
real
are
quick
throwing
about
these
Glock.
numbers?
I got a quick question about Glock. Now, am I right that Gen 3 are so popular because the patent ran out and all the other companies can now make basically Gen 3s, so parts fit and all that? Is that what happened?
I don't wish I could just reach up and go. So, well, I don't want the stream be took down. So,
Well, we might not know viewers right now, so I don't know. You can shut it down.
the
No,
PSA tag, which is basically a
I'm just kidding.
Glock clone.
A Glock clone. That's what they call them all. Yeah, Glock clones.
Glockhones?
Glock clones. Yeah.
Then there's the P80, polymer 80 kits. Those are basically 80% kits that you can make from I get serial numbers and all that other bull crap. But yeah,
No serial numbers.
Yeah. And then there's a bunch of other companies that make Glock clones now since as Michael Stan said, the patent's up. And the cool thing about that, the aftermarket availability for parts, accessories, and all that for Glock is amazing. It's very hard to not find red dots that will fit it, triggers, backplates, in the magazines, magazine flares, magazine extensions, slide releases,
All that.
barrels, different springs.
Well, those are all cloned
Well, those are all parts that'll fit
that are now
the
that
Glock,
they can use
that
now.
they can fit in all those clones, right?
Yeah. How's that market? Shut up. And how's that? I mean, is there a lot of people doing it? That
He wants a gun so bad now.
I do. You don't even know. You don't even know. I so want a gun right now. Right, like right
Plus, we
now.
have had such a good conversation.
That's the thing about firearms is it brings a community together. Even when you disagree, like Chris is here in a minute, I just want to let Chris say what his favorite firearm is. Well, we don't see eye to eye on our favorites. Well, but you don't get the animosity. You get
Right.
like, oh, I like that. Well, this works for me. That works for him. But hey, that's awesome.
Well,
All right, Toad. What's your gun?
Well, Fox in a lot of ways, but yeah.
What's your gun? What's your go-to?
What's your gun?
What's your go-to, Toad?
Oh, I'm the go-to is definitely the it's called a M9 now, but it used to be called a what was it called?
The Beretta.
It's got a long what's the long thing? What your dad has? Your dad's pistol?
It's the M9.
No, it's called something else because it's an older one. Anyways,
yeah,
Well, the M9 is the M9 is the original version. That's the military. But you're talking about so. I know what you're trying. I can't remember.
I didn't
but
know
it's a
that was going to
Beretta.
be.
It's a Beretta. It's a
M9.
Beretta.
So that's your go-to. The M.
Yeah.
M9 is the military designation for the fire.
Ah, okay.
MrHarmony, what's your go-to?
Yeah, Harmony, what's your go-to?
Yeah, what's your go-to? So you jumped in. What's your go-to? Well, my go-to is my Mechanic Elite. If there was a zombie apocalypse, I'm pulling out my
This is
Mechanic
my
Elite.
go-to.
So I carry
what's
my
yours?
Mechanic.
Okay, there you go. Do
A
you like?
what?
Is that okay, Brandon? Now, MrHarmony, what's your go-to?
Will
Kitchen
you
knife.
stop? You know I don't have one. Will you stop?
I'm sorry. I apologize, Brandon.
This is a Red Ryder BB gun.
All right, I'll probably have one next week. I don't know. I'm gonna try to.
Yeah, guys are
Hey, you know,
airsoft.
I
I
did
can go get
I-
my.
I
I
did
can go
wanna say-
airsoft. Airsoft.
I did want to.
man's
I
life.
did want to say this. The fact that they're talking about they like different guns, but they get along, it doesn't matter like what kind of guns. That's what our podcast is kind of about too. Is that we can all have different values and stuff like that, politically and just overall in lifestyle. But we can all get together and realize that our differences as strengths, not weaknesses.
So yeah, I'm gonna
And anyway,
touch on
I
that
just
real
wanted
quick.
to-
That's
I just
funny
wanted
that
to-
you'd say that. So
Don't like
That's good.
but you like it. and that's
Yeah.
okay.
Right. And it's
Yeah,
nothing, yeah, nothing wrong
and
with
you're
that.
okay. And so that's what when Iceman came and said, "Hey, you know, we've been going back with Brandon and we're going to do the gun show and they're going to be on our podcast." And I was like, "So we're going to talk about guns."
You
I
want to talk
said,
about guns.
so, obviously I'm not a gun guy, but again,
Really?
Really? That's such a shock.
Yeah, really?
but my friend Iceman is a gun guy. So it was important
And
that
so
we
is
had you
Doc.
on here
So is
and Doc.
Doc.
Exactly.
All of
See, I
you
got
guys
kicked
are.
out of there.
So
Yeah,
it was
Doc is definitely,
important.
I've seen what he
Definitely,
has.
shut it. I know you guys have guns. So it was important that we acknowledge that and that you guys are here also, because it's not just about either one of us individually. It's us all three together. So that's what makes us this Tri Virtual Roundtable, is that we can help each other and we care about each other.
One of the things that I teach or that I harp on with about training, you're not only training about carrying a firearm every day. You don't carry just to protect yourself, protect your friends, protect your family. You're protecting everyone around you. Meaning, if a situation comes down, mass shooter or whatever, you have to have the training, you have to have the knowledge, you have to have the situational awareness, you have to have the ability to be able to see for sure. You can't be hasty. You have to know exactly what that situation is. You don't want to be wrong and draw actually trying to stop the shooter.
Right.
You have to. With the right training, it's a lot easier to fall back on your training. Anytime you're in a harsh situation, the military always says you fall back on your lowest level of training. So any training is better than none. If you fall back on, if you get into a panic and you have nothing to fall back on,
You're done.
You're
Exactly.
going to cause more harm
Training
than
is
good
training.
in those situations.
You can't protect yourself. You can't protect your friends, family. You can't protect the people around you if you can't calm yourself, center yourself,
And understand.
be able to get hits on target in a stressful situation. And you don't know if you can do that unless you train.
Exactly.
It is kind of sad that we even have to mention like active shooters and
I
stuff
know.
like that though. I mean, that's a whole nother
Yeah.
conversation. That's the sad part of it. But I do understand what you're saying. You
Yep.
have to be trained. You have to have
And know when to act, know
be
when not
active.
to act.
And you know how it's funny how you watch all these TV shows sometimes, or you'll see a YouTube video. The trigger discipline always cracks me up. I'm like, dude, why do
Oh
you
my
have your
gosh, yeah,
finger
crazy.
near a trigger? Like I don't pull a trigger even when I did the minimum of training, because I wasn't a trainer, but I was working with people at the gun range. I was like screaming at people, if you don't get your damn your finger off that trigger, even if it was empty, with the clip down, I just
Just
get
get
your
in the
finger
habit.
off.
Get in the habit.
After
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep. All right, guys.
Very
So since we are about time, we're wrapping it up. We have special guests at the end of our segment. Now we are going to do a video. So
Hold on. Can I interrupt real quick?
you can interrupt anytime you want.
Because I think when we have guests, aren't we going to allow them to ask us a question if they'd like?
They can't
Well-
ask Harmony nothing. What are they gonna ask him?
I want to.
And the last question I'm not asking no questions, because I
No,
know the last
I want them to
last
ask a
time I asked
question
a
if they'd like
question.
to.
Last
If they'd
time
like
I
to
asked
ask us
a
a
question, it
yeah, go
backfired
ahead.
on me.
Ask us a question. Okay, go
Yes,
ahead.
Toad.
I wanted to ask Harmony. You think
Children's pastor.
you're like, do you do that like every Sunday or?
No, I
what?
used to. I'm a former. I
Oh,
used to.
okay.
I a former.
I feel
Yes.
bad.
Okay.
You had to bring that up, Toad. Now
Yeah,
I feel
thanks.
bad.
I appreciate that, Toad. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yes. Yes. All my South Hills and all my children's pastor homies, if you guys are watching, how do? All right, go on. I guess we didn't say where we're from. I'm in California.
One of the
Doc
communist
is-
states.
Oh, where you at, Doc?
South Jersey, Philadelphia.
He's in California. They'll probably lock you away if
for
you
having
get
a
a
firearm.
gun.
You can only get the bare minimum chopped down, like
Gen 3. They can get a Gen 3, right?
Why do you think
You
I
get
don't
the
have one?
orbs, the colored orbs.
Yeah,
You can
Why
get
do you think I
those.
don't have? You know
Uh,
what?
He get BB guns.
now
Yeah, you get the color orbs.
he can get a special magazine that limits the magazine down to 10 rounds and maybe get a Glock.
That's Jersey. That's Jersey.
That's
Yes, sir.
now Washington
You know-
too. Washington same way now.
All right, Brandon, don't you have a question that you want to ask one of the other guys? Don't
Yeah.
you have a question you want to ask? It's your turn. Because
Brandon,
Toad
what do you got?
already asked me, you know, his question. Children's pastor. Yeah. Oh, why do you want to, Iceman, what's my favorite Bible
Let me
story?
ask the question.
What's my favorite Bible story?
Meshach, Abednego, and
Shadrach, Meshach, and
Brad-
Abednego. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Okay, go on. I'm sorry. You can ask the question now, Brandon. Sorry about that.
What?
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the Bible story. He
That's
was
the
asking
Bible
me
story. I can
children's
never say the names
pastor,
right. I can't
and he
say
can
the
never
names
say
right.
the names right, and so I was just messing with him.
What state is the other guy, Doc, in?
Jersey.
Jersey.
Okay, so you're on our time. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm licensed in Jersey and PA.
Now, Jersey's gun laws are pretty strict as well, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah, they got better. They changed a couple years ago. So you have to go through training is a lot more intense. I had to do the FBI check. I had to do posted training and stuff like that.
You did FBI training?
No, FBI check. Make sure, I guess, whatever fingerprint and stuff like that.
He went to
And so they're a
Quantico.
lot more
Yeah,
intensive.
he went
So
over to
once you get
Quantico
Jersey,
and was doing
He
some
went to
FBI
Quantico.
training. Yeah, did some FBI
once you
training.
do Jersey, everybody else is just like paperwork. So, Pennsylvania, I just went over and got it in a week, and they said, "Oh,
I've seen the
you
show
got license in
Quantico.
Jersey? Oh yeah, you're okay."
Now, here in West Virginia, if I ever want to sell a firearm, I don't have to go to a store, do the paperwork or whatever. Like if I want to sell a gun to my cousin, or
No, really?
Oh, we can't do that. Yeah,
Really?
we have to do an FFL. No, I can't do that.
Yeah, they'd hit me upside the head. They'd be like, "Boy, are you crazy?"
What'd you say, Brandon?
even Texas, you can't do that. West Virginia, we are what's called a Second Amendment.
Florida, you can. You're allowed to just meet someone and sell them a gun.
I think you just need a library card, right? And you can
You have to be over 5, though. You have to be 5 years old.
Yeah, 5 or over.
Is you can't sell to a known felon. So if you know a felon, you can't sell it to them.
Oh, but if you don't know, if you don't ask,
or if they lie.
If they lie,
exactly.
you don't know. You don't know.
I
any
don't know what
better.
you're talking about. Yeah,
Do we have Brandon's website?
I didn't put it.
I can. Well, we can put it in the notes.
We'll put it in the description below.
And his social media.
And his all his stuff. Yeah, we'll put all that in there.
Virginia is a Second Amendment sanctuary, meaning we have a lot.
We have a sanctuary city. We're a sanctuary.
Yeah, it's a
city.
different one. It's a different one.
We're sanctuary.
Our guns are
city.
federal laws.
For state laws.
I just had to throw that in there. Sorry.
The sanctuary, how it works on paper, it's not been tested yet. They say if we want a machine gun, go right ahead, get your machine. You don't want a suppressor, don't let tax it, go ahead and get it. If you want, it's on paper, not been tested. This is what's supposed to happen. West Virginia and other Second Amendment sanctuaries says that. So for the ATF to come arrest you, usually what the ATF is, they get local law enforcement to back them up. Local law enforcement does transportation. They do, they give them a base to be able to work out of. Which we actually have an ATF thing in Charleston, so I don't know how that would work. But traditionally, they have to have local law enforcement go with them. However, the Second Amendment sanctuary state, the states will refuse to give them that aid, meaning that they cannot then come arrest you. If it holds up, if they actually do what they said they're going to do, that means basically the federal laws don't matter. Since Virginia says you can have anything you want, we can have anything we want. However, nobody's dumb enough to try it yet.
Yeah, better not try it.
No.
Yeah, so
I see it's on paper, but I bet you those billionaires,
Yeah.
They ain't going to put their freedom on the line.
Right. Exactly. All right, guys. So
Okay.
we
Sorry,
were
I got off track. But
that's right.
was there
That's
any
okay.
specific question? I don't know. Did Brandon
Yeah,
actually?
Brandon, do you have a question for us?
Well, I was going to say, I wish y'all lived closer. Actually, if y'all's ever in West Virginia and you want to have a range day,
He's got a range at his house. Yeah.
so you don't have to worry about other people. Just be us.
We can just let
We have
loose.
a further range that's out in public land, but it's still just private.
Dude, some of his guns he's
All
got.
right. When are we planning the trip to West Virginia? Because I'm ready.
To go whenever you want. Yeah. I'm gonna need
when are you going to shoot, Harmony?
What?
When are you going to shoot?
He's got a BB
Whatever
gun. I'm gonna
guns
give
he
him a
got.
BB gun.
Whatever guns Brandon got, I'm shooting. Whatever he's got, I'm shooting.
We're going
okay?
hot.
If he's got the cannon, I'm shooting the cannon.
Hot.
If he's got an AK, I'm shooting an AK.
I'm gonna shoot the cannon too at a fridge or something.
I don't know.
We got crackheads who can shoot
fridge?
that.
A fridge?
I want to see what the cannonball. I want
Like,
to see what the
like
bowling
you
ball
picked somebody's
can do.
fridge?
Toad didn't have to go there.
No, his when they go
We're gonna
out.
let
Hold on,
crackheads.
let me back up. He
Oh,
has a
all
spot.
right.
He has a spot that they go shooting that's wide open, and he's got like other stuff there that he
Refrigerators
shoots.
with
Like
the cannon?
I don't know. There's a lot of different stuff that I've seen
Okay, all right,
on the
that's
range
okay.
out there.
We'll shoot a fridge if we come on out. Because
Yeah.
Iceman wants to shoot a fridge.
Wait, over a mountain.
Oh yeah, it went
They
over.
shot it over a mountain. The bowling ball.
It went over that. It's not on video, sadly, but that big mountain in the background, it went over that.
We lose the bowling ball into the sun.
Oh.
How far is she?
Yeah, so then when we come, we can actually record that and make that video of it flying over the sun.
The funny thing is, we actually used a homemade explosive as propellant. Instead of just putting black powder, we actually use a cherry bomb. That's like a quarter stick of dynamite. That's what propels the bowling ball.
And it takes
West Virginia's a different.
Yeah, thank you.
often. We
Yeah.
have not.
Second Amendment, sanctuary
Toad said?
city.
What
It's
Toad
so
said?
funny hearing Harmony
State.
I'm
say
scared. I'm
Second
scared what Toad's
Amendment.
gonna say. Let Toad
Second
say
Amendment.
something.
Yeah, they're
Really?
allowed. Yeah, it's not against the law to own
I can have a
cannon.
It
cannon.
was fantastic
wait a
having you
minute.
guys here.
I can have a cannon in my front yard.
Yeah, even in California, there is no
Like a power.
laws against having a cannon.
I said by Tri Virtual Roundtable, we're not recommending that people go out today and look for cannons.
Why not?
Correction.
Why can't we?
Go to your local hardware store and
My
buy a
boy
cannon.
Brandon just said it's
Yeah,
not
Brandon
illegal
said-
to not
Brandon
have
said-
cannons. So
Brandon gonna have
hey,
me in jail. I ain't
if
messing with
y'all want to
Brandon.
go out and go get some cannons, hook them up on the top of your house, and you're all good.
Okay,
Myself. What Brandon said.
Brandon's trying to say something. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
There's no federal law. State
Wait,
There's no technically there's no federal law.
Yeah. State laws, there's
do not go get a cannon.
Cannons are
Do not leave the
You said
cannons
so?
alone.
Toad kept blinking out. And
cannon in their home.
but do your research first. Make sure it's legal.
Yes, make sure.
Piece of cannon on top of their house in case of.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, all
everybody
right.
does.
Let's
All right,
get,
guys. No, we're not
let's
doing the
get
video.
rolling.
We're not doing the video. All
think
right,
we're
so
done.
we're gonna do a wrap. We want to thank everybody for coming. Brandon, we appreciate you from Brandon's Ballistics. I can't wait till we come over to your show because we're gonna tear it up. So don't worry.
You're not invited. Like, why would you be on the show? Like, I don't understand.
What
that.
if I
You
go
have
get
to
a gun
own a
by
gun.
then?
You have to
What
own
if
a
I go
gun.
get a gun by then? What
Yeah,
if I
you
go
get a
get
gun.
one?
Okay.
I love having people that don't shoot come to the range.
Christians are allowed.
Questions are allowed.
Wait, so
It's no
Sorry.
I love Toad. I just want you guys to know. I just want everybody to know Toad is my favorite
Oh
person
my
on
God.
this podcast right now.
No,
I
don't
don't care
inflate
about
his
any
ego.
one
you know
of you.
this broadcast is gonna go like 2 hours.
He is a comedian.
Yeah,
I know.
He is
I
a
know.
comedian.
I
Yeah.
can tell.
Straight face.
Yes. All right, guys.
Here.
All right, we got to get
All
going.
right,
Yeah,
guys.
we got to
We
wrap
want
it
to
up.
thank all of you for watching Tri Virtual Roundtable. This is episode 8. Make
Clappies.
sure you watch us on Spotify and
Thank you,
all
Brad. Thank
other
you,
sites,
Chris.
anywhere else. Chris, Toad, and Brandon. Well, that's 3 people, but
That's 3
Toad,
people. Yeah.
yeah. Thank you for being here, Brandon. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. I mean, they appreciate it more than I do, but
Yeah.
we appreciate it as a whole. And it was very knowledge. I appreciate the information.
We might have to revisit them because I really want to talk about survival. But we didn't do it.
I'm gonna
So we'll have to get to that
Hey guys,
Harmony's fault.
next time.
thanks for coming. Tri Virtual
Oh,
Roundtable.
wait, Brandon.
And then
Brandon?
the last Sunday of every month when I have my live stream. So if y'all's available with the last Sunday of this month, maybe y'all can come on my show.
There we go.
For sure.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming. See you
All right,
guys
thank
later.
you.
Tri Virtual
you, everybody.
Roundtable.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. All right, Toad. Smile, Toad. Smile. There you go. I'm scared.
Audio Jungle.